I'm coming to the next part of my video from the chapter Resource and Development. Now, coming to the land resource of India. As we know, land is a very important resource because we perform all our economic activity through land. Okay, like for example, the natural vegetation, wildlife, and even the transport and communication, everything, our settlement, everything, we start off from the land. So it provides us very important essential or essentialities of the life. So that is why it is one of the most important resource. And before doing any kind of planning on the land, or before doing any kind of development on the land, our aim is to do sustainable development on it. As you already have studied what is sustainable development, so definitely the planning should be in a sustainable way. Now you can see this pie chart which shows you the division of land resource in India. The plain resource, the plain land of India consists of 43%, and you know that maximum percentage of India resides in the plain area in the bank of Brahmaputra and Ganga, as because it's provide us different abilities. Like for example, we 70% of Indian people are farmers, and we all get our daily essential from farmland. So definitely, and also transport and communication is very feasible here. So definitely that is why it consists the maximum percentage. And although we have the maximum amount of land consists in plain, then we have mountains 30%. It is also of various importance. Okay, here we have the perennial rivers. Then also it provides different facilities for tourism, and also we have some ecological importance. And then we have plateau, the reserve of mineral deposition. So we have 27%. This land is in great threat now. Okay, children, each percentage they are decreasing, because you can see that the population of you take overall, we our world population is increasing, no doubt, but we will assume here India's population because it is concentrated with India. So as a whole, India's population is increasing, and more the population, more the pressure on the land. Okay, so if you see, refer to your NCERT book, page number 6, you will find two tables, two pie charts there, which shows you the different patterns how our land use has been changing. So it shows that how our forest area is decreasing. Okay, then area, now they are, earlier India had more than, actually India is expected to have 33% of forest cover, but recently it has found that it is becoming less than 20%. Okay, so the national forest policy under 1952, we can find out whatever degradation has been done under this. So we all know what is the essential of forest, and we have to totally manage it properly, because millions of people who are living on in India and in the whole world, we get our essential commodities, we get our life support system from forest. Okay, so that is why we have to conserve it, because our land is degrading. There are different ways to conserve forest, to conserve land. Okay, like because land provides us food, it provides us shelter, it provides us even clothing. Okay, so our activities, we are enormously hampering the land. Okay, and that is why it is damaging the land. So in order to minimize it, first of all, we all know that government have banned the mining sites. Okay, especially earlier states like Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, they have lots of deforestation because of mining activities. Okay, and in states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, overgrazing is the main problem. So in different areas problem is different. Somewhere it is the problem of overgrazing, because of which land is degraded. Somewhere it is a problem of mining. So we have to solve this problem, and how we can solve it, like for example afforestation. okay, we have to minimize the grazing, okay, we have to stabilize, okay, the wind erosion by different management system, and also there should be proper discharge and disposal. We have to check the disposal of the industrial effluents so that, okay, it minimizes the land degradation. Now next comes soil. So soil is also a very important resource, and I think you know what is soil. Soil is the topmost layer of the earth's surface, okay, and its thickness is very very small, and that is why, like, once it is eroded, it is very difficult to regain the fertility of the soil. So basically the factors which affect the formation of soil is, number one is parent material, okay. Parent material is the bed rocks, or how the soil, the basic um, like formation, okay. So how, where it has been, from where the soil have been generated, that is the parent material. Then we have time, of course time is a major factor. With time soil regains its fertility. Then organisms, several organisms which mix up, decompose in the soil and make it fertile. Then the topography, the land structure, for example, certain areas like in desertic soil is not very much suitable for cultivation. And you have studied about Bhangar and Khadar. So that is because of the topography. Bhangar is less cultivative, but Khadar is most suitable for cultivation. And climate, okay, because climate is another very prominent factor which affect the formation of soil. So these are the factors of affecting the formation of soil. Next we have the soil profile. So here the soil profile, as I told you, parent rock, okay, so this is the bed rock. So first of all, you have all studied about the metamorphic rocks. So we are here when the rocks, so these rocks are unweathered, the bed rock, they are unweathered, they are the parent bed rock. Then after, with different agents like wind, air, water, okay, leaching, they got weathered, okay. And here we have the partially weathered rock. You can see here, this from here small particles of rocks have been eroded, okay. And then little organic material, again we have more finer texture of weathered rock here. And finally it helps to gain the fertility in the topsoil, okay. So this is the soil profile or the soil horizon. If you see this picture, if you refer this picture, it will be very clear to you, okay. Like rain plays an important factor in forming the soil. Then simple organisms, they decompose here. Then the soil horizons are formed. And finally we have the well developed soil, okay. Now here is the soil map of India. So this is also there in your book, you can refer to it, okay. So it shows in which parts of India we have what kind of soil. Now I will give you a small brief about each and every type of soil we find in India. So alluvial soil, okay, it is found in the river valleys of the northern plains, and also Gujarat and Rajasthan. And then it is also found in the coastal plains, in the deltas of the peninsular rivers and parts of Kerala. And the types of soil, alluvial soil, are Bhabar, Terai, Bhangar and Khadar, which you have already studied in class 9. Now black soil, it is black in color and hence the name as, but sometimes it is, the color varies from red, dark red to black color, and it is also known as rugged soil. It is best suited for the cultivation of cotton, and it is very fine in texture. Sometimes cracks are develops in the soil, and it is very rich in all these elements like calcium carbonate, potash, lime and magnesium, but it is very poor in phosphorus. Then we have red and yellow soil. So red and yellow soil, first comes to red soil. First we come to red soil. It develops in crystalline igneous rocks. It is red because diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rocks takes place. And yellow soil, it develops when iron diffusion occurs in hydrated form, mainly where rainfall is more. Then comes laterite soil. It occurs, we can find laterite soil in such places where there is high temperature and high humidity, and also humus content is very very low, okay, and it gets decomposed due to high temperature. And also red laterite is very very good for cashew nut cultivation. Next we have arid soil. As we all know, arid is dry soil. It is found in sandy. It is very saline, and the color ranges from brown to red, and high rate of evaporation takes place. That is why much of cultivation is not possible here. It lacks in humus and moisture. Then you have forest and mountain soil. It is found in the hilly areas. We have different kinds of texture here: sand, silt and clay, mixture of all these three, and it is very rich in potash, phosphoric acid and lime. Now, degradation of soil. Okay, again, because of various factors, we have denudation of soil cover. Okay, and also naturally also it is getting degraded, like running water. When there is a, like, we live in such a place where all the water from the hilly areas get accumulated here. So when they come from the Brahmaputra, Indus and Ganga, they are cutting deep channels, and they make gullies. Okay, so they become very unfit for cultivation, and when they are not suited for cultivation, they are called as bad land. Okay, for example, you can find ravines in Chambal basin. Okay, this is a bad land. Now sometimes what happen, sheet erosion. I think you have seen in the villages near the rivers, as a sheet during the monsoon period, soil is being eroded, so they are called as sheet erosion. So soil erosion is caused due to farming also, because high rate of pesticides, chemicals, fertilizers are used, because of which it leads to soil erosion during rainfall and normal use of irrigation also. So what we can do to preserve it, to conserve it, we can do plowing along the contour lines. Okay? To plowing along the contour lines, so that it can reduce the rate of soil erosion, and then this is called as contour plowing. Then also step cultivation can be done, like we can make terraces, so that the flow of water, which results in high soil erosion, will be decreased. Then terrace cultivation, it known as terrace cultivation. We can see this in western here and here central Himalayas also. And sometimes we like here you can see, they have in this picture, if you can see here, they have cultivated, they have some grew some grasses here. So this is known as strip cropping. So they can do what, they can, strips of grass can be left so in between the crops, so that the erosion is less. Okay, that how it helps, whenever there is wind erosion, no, the soil cannot be taken away. Okay, so this is called as strip cropping. In between the cultivation, they can cultivate, they can grow this one grass. So planting lines of trees also help as a shelter. So there are different ways how we can do soil conservation. Okay, so this is all about the chapter, and as we are mainly concerned with sustainable development, so whenever we are doing any kind of conservation, our prior motive is why we do conservation, so that whatever the limited land we have, at least we can preserve it for the second generation, and that should be our motto.